3 seconds. We live. All right, yo, what's up, Facebook? I'm about to say sincere. Uh, I am your boy, sincere. Sincerely speaking, we had started the show and didn't realize, or I didn't realize. I take fault on that. That it wasn't streaming on Facebook. It was only streaming on YouTube. So we're gonna start this back over after we watched almost two whole videos, and I realized it's super late. So again, this is sincerely speaking. We started a little late due to my fault. I'm on Negro time. But next to me, of course, to my right is young Stack Jack Son. And then below we got Big B. So we're gonna be discussing, is he a priority to you? So we're gonna talk about now, of course, we all know that both all people will say all because all relationships don't involve just two individuals. Some have more than that. So all people should have priority in that relationship. However, we're going to discuss things from the male perspective and the male side of things. I have a few videos to show regarding priority and or lack thereof, and things to discuss when it comes at least to uh, the marriage side of things, because we have a couple that's part of one video that we're going to show, and different things in regards to priority. And then the other one's going to be Chris Rock, a snippet from his stand-up talking about relationships and so on and so forth. And of course, that also mentions, in so many words, breakdown regarding priority and what it takes to have a good relationship. So without further ado, I'm gonna start with the longer video first. So, and I'm gonna have to skip through a portion of it after the first section that she speaks on, and then we'll jump to the next section. So here we go.
Morning, he was like, and this is when it clicked to me, right? He was like, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you think about? I said, well, open my eyes, thank God for another day. And then I'm like, all right, well, what do I got to do for the day? The kids have this, that, and the third. I got to do this, that, and the third, work, everything else in between, all my errands I have to run. Why? And he was like, so where all in the list of things that you think of?
Mm-hmm. I said that to her.
And I was like,
New Year's Eve, 2020.
I was like, and that was like a gut punch to me because I was like, wow, I'm really out here covering all these bases, but the one base that always holds me down. Mm-hmm. How dare me? And at that moment, I said, never again will I do that.
That's good.
So now it's a thing where when we wake up in the morning or even before we go to bed at night, we'll have a little recap of the day. What do you have going on tomorrow? You wake up in the morning, babe, how you feeling? How's your spirit? How you know, what do you need help with today? What can I take off your plate to alleviate a little bit of stress or a little bit of confusion or something? And it could be something so simple.
Right now, we are talking about what happened on Lip Service. About Ellis and Kadeen Ellis were on, and they're a married couple, and they were talking about what do you do when your wife doesn't want to have sex as much as you do. Here's what he said.
Do you know how hard it is for a man to try to be monogamous to a woman, and then when he's ready to have sex, the woman act like she's bothering him, especially when you're in relations for a long time. There's a lot of women who just like, oh my God, you want to have sex again? It's like, yo, I'm trying to be everything to you and only give you this. This is what I need. And then you act like it's a bother. And then when you have sex, it's like, fine, yeah, take it. So now we have whack sex when we have sex, or you don't want to have sex and you expect me to live like that. So then dude's like, you know what? I can't keep saying it because I don't want to bother her. So let me just go try to get it. Then he get caught. Now he the bad guy.
What's good, man? It's your man, Dr. BOA.
I've been getting a lot of part.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees? If so, you need StreamYard.
Hilarious that I get a StreamYard commercial. Man,
emails
on him over here though.
Wife in your life.
I am not allowed.
Here we go.
Based on our marriage laws, the contract we signed with each other,
right,
to have sex with anybody else.
Right.
So these urges that come, I have to share them with the one person I decide to spend the rest of my life with.
Right.
So that brings me back to my soundbite.
Okay.
Right. I don't understand, and this is what we can discuss as a woman, because I don't want to say it's a man versus woman thing, but a lot of women do complain, oh, my husband's always on me. Why is he always on me? If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, Why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time, just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on men?
Well, who's to say I pushed anything on anybody? Like,
well, we know that you pushed monogamy on me.
I pushed monogamy. I forced you to get married to me?
Time out. I didn't say you forced me to get married, but did you not say to me that you wanted to be engaged and you wanted to be married before you lived with me? You didn't say that?
I want $1 billion. That don't mean I'm going to get it. I can want something,
asking,
but not.
You right now, you dodging the question.
Nobody pressed you to do it. Yes, is that something I wanted? Yes, it was. But
you didn't press me. Are you gonna lie now
so
to the people because we talking about sex? You're gonna lie now to the people?
Deval, knowing
you didn't want monogamy?
Of course I did.
So then why are you avoiding the question?
That's not avoiding the question. I'm saying, does that mean because I want it and I requested that you were gonna deliver it? Like nobody pressed you for that.
Time out. You just said you wanted it and requested it. Do you not hear yourself?
I can make a request. Is the request going to be granted?
Am I not granting you monogamy?
You are granting it to me.
So this is my question.
Look at your boy. Look at your boy.
This is my question. If you wanted monogamy,
okay,
why would you want monogamy if sex is a chore for you? That's the question. You're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question, but at first you said women or in general, me specifically are.
All right, so we're gonna kill that one real quick. That's the first little snippet. Then let me click this other one. Then we'll get to discussing men and the lack thereof when it comes to priorities. So let me share this real quick. This is Chris.
Relationships are tough. No, they're not. They're only tough when one person's working on it. Two people can move a couch real easy. One person can't move it at all. If you're in a relationship, let me try to help you right now. Rule 1, stop competing. Her success is your success, and your success is her success. Number 2, there is no equality in a relationship. It's like, we equals. No, you're not. You're both there to serve. You are in the service industry, okay? You're in a band. And when you're in a band, you have roles that you play in the band. Sometimes you sing lead, and sometimes you're on tambourine. And if you're on tambourine, play it right. Play it with a fucking smile. Because nobody wants to see a mad tambourine player. People say, relax.
All right. So let me get back to my page here. So that's the 2 videos, kind of a 3. What's up, Wendine? Mr. Permission Slip is busy. You miss him? He might be on depending on when we hop off, but yeah, he's gone today. So Big B said he gonna argue with you, whatever you need, okay?
Don't believe that.
All right, so just going over the videos real quick. Of course, we wanted to just discuss about being a priority, or where men fall in regards to being a priority or lack thereof. Just my take on both videos, really. There's a Chris Rock hit it on the head big time. A lot of folks talk about relationships, and I've made this comment before, but I can't say I've said it as, I probably said it just as good. I ain't gonna say I didn't, but when he mentioned that, when your relationship, service to the other, that's very important. As I've made a comment before, if in a relationship, if you focused on your partner's needs and wants, your relationship would work well. The unfortunate piece is we are naturally selfish individuals, and when we're not getting our way, we tend to pull back and make a ton of excuses or whatever the case may be. We'll find any and every reason to not do something. And it's unfortunate, and a lot of people wonder why their relationships don't always work out well. It's that selfish portion of it. but just diving into the video from the married couple and them speaking on their situation. You know, she had one video where she said she was waking up, and I don't know which one was before the other. So I won't talk bad about them, but just the simple fact that, you know, she made the comment that she would wake up and ask her husband, you know, what do you need? Because of the questions that he asked in regards to where she was on her priority list. And I know, you know, I ain't put my wife underneath the bus or nothing like that, but I know, and I've done it too. I don't always make my wife, you know, the main priority. There's a lot of stuff that can get in the way, but as much as possible, there should always be that opportunity to do something, you know, making sure that your partner is okay. Because let's be real, you know, and as men, I'm sure we can all probably, you know, attest to it. There's times that we get stressed out while being in relationships. And the biggest thing is, you know, it's frowned upon for men to complain or talk. You're just told to deal with this, that, and the other. And it can hurt even more if you don't even feel like you're a priority in your own relationship. But as a husband or man in the relationship, it is a requirement that you do your job and take care of this, that, and the other. But others can easily lack in that same sense on their part, and it's looked at as it's okay because every excuse can be brought up and that be that. So I mean, the other portion that was brought up in the video was about, you know, lack of sex and women wanting monogamy, but in marriage they feel like sex is a chore. And I didn't get to it further in that video, but she did speak upon how, you know, all these other things are coming up, and had she known that it was going to be that much in depth when it came to sex, that she wouldn't have gotten married, which I think was crazy. So I've been talking too much, but I mean, just for me, I feel like women definitely need to value your man. Looking at him as a priority in a relationship is valuing him and showing him that you actually care. It's not just the sex piece, but sex is important. Definitely in a marriage. If you want your spouse to be faithful and you want him to be committed to you, that's what the whole marriage was supposed to have been about, then you can't be slacking in that department. So that's just my take on the first portion of starting, and then we'll just kind of talk however. Anybody want to go next? Jump in.
I mean, I can only, like you said, you're going to speak to what you know in your relationships. As far as setting somebody as a priority, it's pretty much the law of the land for a male to take the backseat as far as priority goes. Like you said, we got typecast. We have our areas where we're supposed to be, and our jobs in linear as to what we bring to the table. Now, I do agree with what Chris Rock said in the other video. Believing that you're equals in a relationship is crazy. You can't. We're not equals. Sometimes I got to take the lead. Sometimes my wife got to take the lead. But even through that, I still feel like you can prioritize your relationship within it. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where, one, they're doing all of the work. Because if I'm doing all the work, what do I need you for? Two, if I'm supposed to be specifically exclusive for you, then what is the incentive inside of that? Meaning, what do I gain from being monogamous? And that's all he was saying. There's stipulations where even when me and my wife started dating, she just said, she didn't say, hey, I got to get married. She just said, hey, I would like to go to our 10-year reunion and I don't want to be a girlfriend. So that's a backhanded, like, I want to be married type deal. So, y'all get that. We get it. It's not a bad thing. It's not bad at all. I understand it. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to put that as a prereq in there, like, I want to get married. So if I'm going to get married and you want to be with me, what does that mean? It puts you in the catch-22 of the situation. And it's wild that we have to sit back and we have to accept that. But when you say, hey, I want to be a priority, it's like, nah, you can't be because I got this. But you need to be able to support me. You need to be able to take care of me. You need to be able to protect me. All things that come easier if I am a priority. I will. It's like you'll use your shield for somebody that's worth protecting. If you feel like you're doing all the work, my shield might drop a little bit. You might need to feel some of this pressure that's hitting me. You might need to feel some of the stuff with society that's smacking me, so that you can really see where I'm coming from. Well, as you said, we're not told that we can communicate, or we're saying we're getting it now. We're getting it now, but it's in the realm of what's presentable and what's acceptable for her. If you share too much, you weak. You're a crybaby. If you share too little, he's still guarded. He doesn't really like me. It's the catch-22 in being a man. And if I'm not prioritizing it, I have no skin in the game. There's no reason for me to be monogamous. I need to do what I want at that point.
Okay.
I guess that means it's on me then, huh?
Of course.
Well, Chris Rock, again, like, I'll start there. He hit the nail on the head. No one's equal. There's things that she's going to be better at than I am, and there's things that I'm going to be better at than she is. It's okay. That's the way we're made. She knows how to do things better than me. I'm fine with that. I need her to be understanding that I can do things a little bit better, or I have a different process or thought process of doing something. We can work that out, make it work for the best of, or for the both of us, I'm sorry, or for the family. Withholding sex, man, go ahead. Be ready for that man to cheat. That's it. It's too much access out here now. There's too many women out here willingly, they just want to give it to them. They want your dude. So go ahead. I'm not going to say no. Or go ahead and be poly. What are the options? I'm not going to beat a dead horse on that one. Y'all know what y'all want. Y'all know what y'all got. If you ready to lose it over something that you know that man wants from you, because all men want it from that woman that he chooses to be monogamous with, go ahead, take that risk. Back to you, Sincere.
So let me ask y'all this. So in y'all's relationships, like I said, I know I don't do it enough, but like she had mentioned about asking my mother-in-law calling me. I have to call her back. Asking, do y'all typically ask your spouse or partner, whoever you're dating, either on a daily basis, or how often do you typically check in on your spouse to see, what you can take off their plate, or do you? I know I don't always. Sometimes I'll just do stuff around the house that I know can help with different things. I mean, I do a lot with my kids. I mean, those that know me know a lot of times I'm with them jokers all the time, doing something, playing games or whatever the case may be. And I know a lot of times for many folks, they say that when they look at roles, of course, even though everybody doesn't operate necessarily in gender roles, but a lot of times most folks are thinking that, you know, the wife is with the kids and she's taking care of the kids. But I know for a fact that I know a lot of men. I know, you know, Stacks is with his son a lot. And I know a lot of other men that are with their kids a lot more than most people may think. So just curious on what y'all do or what y'all have done to maybe check and make sure that your partner feels that they are prioritized in the relationship.
I would say it's not a daily thing for me and my wife. We just go along with the flow with whatever presents itself. If she want me to clean this, I'll clean that. If I need her to do this, I'll just ask her that. If it gets deeper than that, that's when there's almost like a disconnect. We gotta hit that reset button. Like, hey man, especially with her being pregnant right now, like your prioritizing has to be at a top notch level.
Yeah.
So if something is going wrong, and something that ain't right in the house, we got to reset now. Quiet as kept. When she's pregnant, it's a lot less latitude I have with it. You got to take a lot more of the brunt of things so that she can relax and still cook up the baby. But at the same time, I've always saw our relationship as a functioning, a functioning partnership, a living, working obsession with each other, like a allowable obsession. I have to know what I can do to help her, just like she needs to know what I need for her to help me. So as far as like sitting down and like talking it out in the morning, like a girl said, nah, we don't really talk it out like that. It can be something as simple as, hey, I work from home. My wife works at a midwife's office. Hey, can you get the kitchen? Can you clean the kitchen for me? I don't know your schedule. I didn't really ask it, but I need the kitchen done. And it's like, okay, I can tell that's something that you really needed done. You really wanted me to do. So I do it. And sometimes I'll do the same thing. But me, it's ordering stuff. It's ordering stuff on Amazon. Hey, I really need you to do this, babe. I really need you to do this. Thank you. I appreciate it. But as far as like, it's almost ingrained in our lives, prioritizing for each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I got you.
So you do it on a daily. I mean, that's literally what it is. I was going to say the same thing. You got to do it on a daily. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily got to talk about it all the time either, because you know each other. You know that, you know what, she coming home from work, she probably tired. She already texted and said she having a bad day at work. You know, dinner's already done. All we got to do is take care of the kids, and you know, she can get a bath and be good for the night. Shit like that. That's what it takes. That's what getting to know your person is about. That's what getting to know your woman, your man is supposed to be about. It's taking the time to get to know them, to make them feel better, to be that bright light of the day when they've had a bad day. So, did I answer that question, Sincere?
Sure. That's what you said you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, I'm similar. I mean, like I said, I don't usually ask. I mean, I'm pretty similar to both of y'all. You know, if there's something that needs to be done, many times I may just do it. You know, it's just one of those things, is just being in the house, just doing whatever. You know, if you know your partner, you know, it's like, you know, when you need to step up and help out. You know, if you can tell if they haven't, I mean, me and my wife both work from home. So, you know, she's upstairs, I'm downstairs. You know, I'll go upstairs periodically and talk about things. She'll come down, talk about things, or if she comes down and I'm down here, you know, we communicate, you know, how we feel about what's going on with work and everything and whatnot. You know, she does do basically when it comes to like washing clothes, she typically knocks that type of stuff out, even though I wash my own clothes. But like when it comes to other things like around the house, you know, I might be just sweeping, I might just vacuum, just random stuff, you know, I might just do just to take extra stuff off the plate, because it's never really been an ordeal of, oh, you're responsible for the house. I know some folks still live by that mentality where, you know, again, the specific gender roles, we just try to help each other out as much as possible. Now I can't get her to cut the grass.
No.
Hey, look, we got a ride and we got a zero turn mower, so she could cut the grass if she really wanted to get out and do it. But that's one thing she's a little afraid to get on that. I mean, I get it. You know, it's you got to really be ready to hop on that thing because you can tear some stuff up. But it's always been a thing of a working partnership of trying to knock things out. It's never been a thing of you have to take care of this, only you by yourself, you know. And I think that's really how relationships should work. It should be an ordeal of, yeah, y'all both might handle certain things. One might be better than the other or something. I mean, we're both good with managing money, but most of our bills are paid automatically. You know, we ain't got to worry about it. Just set the auto pay and let it go, you know, but she does manage the checkbook. She does do those different things. I just put money in the account. Things get paid. I'll check on things periodically just to make sure everything's cool. If I ain't getting no emails saying there's no late payments or no missed payments, I ain't really worried about too much. But, you know, when it comes to the household, you know, we both try to help out with homework. We both help out with the kids dealing with different things. I mean, bedtime, both of us, we're both handling bedtime. We're both at home. I mean, around here, it's a family ordeal. We read little, I forgot, it's like Bible, not really Bible stories, but it talks about Bible verses and different messages in this household. So we do that on a daily, and we have like a random set prayer that I made up on the whim, and it's one that we repeat daily, you know, and it's just something easy to remember. It's a tradition that was started in the household. I didn't do that when I was a kid, you know, so it's just one of those things that just trying to help out and be present, because I want my kids to know that they're a priority as well. And that's just one thing for me, and just trying to take something else potentially off the missus plate that society might deem it's a woman's job to do X, Y, and Z. Well, you know, not in this household. We will take care of it. That's just how it should work. We should take care of it, so there's no other complaints. But you know, yeah. Let's see. We about 30 minutes in, man. And I feel like I really ain't got much else to say. I don't know about y'all. I mean, we started late, and we can continue on with our day. I'm sure Stacks, your kids might be getting, or your kid. I said kids. I know the other one not here yet. So your son might be getting ready to go down. I don't know if you got bedtime soon. I know I got to get ready to eat.
And down there turning up right now, man.
Yeah, say because our brother's ready to eat. So I'm not tripping about cutting this short. This could be a short, sweet show. No big deal. And we can come back next week because the video Big B sent earlier, it's definitely something we need to build up on and discuss. So yeah, I think we can have some fun. We definitely need to get some women on here.
Wendy, call all your friends and everything. It's about to be crazy next week. I promise you.
Wendy don't want that smoke though. We need some women to get up on here like it used to be.
That might be hard because that means that thing called accountability might have to come in place for them. So you asking for a lot right now.
I know. I know it, but you know, hey, wishful thinking. We might be able to find somebody that is willing to get their feet held to the fire and actually comment and not get mad and not speak from emotions, but speak from facts. And yeah, I know that probably won't happen. But
you're talking about having a man on, not speaking from emotion.
You talk about having other dudes on, man.
It's another guy. It's enough of us. 4 of us. We need more ladies to join.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So yeah, that's gonna be our task. We got a week to see if we can get at least 2-3 women to come on that might be willing to talk. I know we lost Sugar because she works nights now, so she would be out of it necessarily. But yeah, we definitely need to get some women on here and try to turn up and have some fun and good conversation. That seems to, at least with all the podcasts I see and so on and so forth, they have the women on there, not to make them look bad or anything, but it gives better dialogue and conversations can be had and understanding, because that's what's really needed. Men and women communicating for better understanding. So with that being said, we're going to get up off here. I'm going to go I ain't going to figure out what I'm going to eat. I'm about to eat some Mexican. So I'm going to go get me a steak fajita with extra cheese and some nacho dip from El Toro.
That sounds good. The Negro spiritual in me is about to eat chicken.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I had chicken. Nope. When we had chicken? Monday. We had chicken Monday. Had salmon yesterday. So, yes, it's time to eat out. Just a little bit. So I'm going to holler at y'all. Facebook, y'all been real. Not many comments today, but we ain't tripping. We'll be back next week. Have fun. Deuces.